Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I thought I would come on here and address a couple of things. The main thing being, where is Tommy? Over our last couple of videos, we've been getting a lot of questions asking where Tommy is, why isn't he in the videos anymore? And I want to make this video and just kind of discuss and kind of share with you where he is and what he's up to. This video is actually going to be in two different parts. The first part is this one right here, where I'm going to give you a summary of just kind of where Tommy has gone, why he's no longer in the videos, and what he's up to now. And then there's also going to be a second part, which is a 10-minute podcast highlight from a podcast we filmed with Tommy, where he himself goes into more detail, talking about where he's gone, what he's up to, and why he left. If you're interested in learning more about where Tommy went and also why he left, we're going to be linking the entire podcast episode down below so you can go and listen and watch to that. This part is just to give you as much context as we can before we dive into the podcast highlights, because that was taken from a much longer conversation. And when you cut it down to about 10 minutes, you do lose some things that would give context. So this is to do that. So let's dive right in. Where is Tommy? Now, Tommy left back in October of 2020. So he's been gone for about a year and a half now. And his main reason for leaving is just because he wasn't necessarily excited and interested in the content that we were making and the direction that TMS was going, which is totally okay. Tommy is a very creative person and he has all these different ideas. And a lot of them are things that he wants to do himself. He has always talked about and always wanted to try this whole filmmaking journey by himself. And I know that's something that he's wanted to get into. So he kind of used this as an opportunity to step back from TMS, but also pursue filmmaking as more of like a solo career. Along with this, he also had some other things that he wanted to attempt pursuing, like some music and also some other things. And Steven and I were totally game to support him in whichever direction he wanted to go. So I just want to be clear that it was his decision to leave. Steven and I didn't kick him out. We weren't done with him and said goodbye. If anything, we'd love to still have him here, but it's just a different of interests. Through this whole entire separation process, we were all cool with each other. There's no bad blood between us and Tommy or anything like that. After he left, we actually ended up hiring him back on to continue helping us edit and produce the videos. That's why, if you notice, it's not like he's there in a bunch of videos and then just gone and you never see him again. He's actually there in a couple videos and then they start petering out as we go along, just because schedules change. And when he doesn't have to be there, he does have other things going on. So he just gets busy and isn't available to film. This absence of Tommy became very apparent when we uploaded our most recent photo battle with the Amazon cameras, because Tommy wasn't in that one. And if you are a longtime viewer, you know that Tommy is usually the third guy in the photo battles. He's actually been in every photo battle, but schedules just didn't work out and Tommy wasn't available. And we wanted to film this photo battle. So we thought that this would be a good opportunity to bring someone else in and start that process of subbing someone in for Tommy's place. So over the last year and a half, Tommy has actually started his own YouTube channel. It's going to be linked down below. I highly recommend you go over there and subscribe and go check it out, where he makes his own videos that are basically his creation, and he wants to make the videos that he wants to make. In the end, we are all still friends and we all still enjoy filmmaking. Steven and I just want to continue the TMS legacy, if you will, and we actually still enjoy making the videos that we are. So it's just one of those things where he just had different interests. We want to continue with TMS, so it seemed like the most logical solution was for him to separate out and to start doing his own thing. Now, I'm going to leave you with the 10-minute podcast highlight where he says in his own words why he left and also what he's up to. I highly recommend that you stick around and watch that, as well as I do recommend that you listen and watch to the full podcast, because we talk all about the entire thing, as well as near the end there, we talk about future plans for TMS, as well as future plans for all of us. And I think it's pretty interesting. So I'm going to leave you with that. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. We'll try to answer them, and we'll see you guys in the next video, which should be not too long from now, a couple days. Okay, bye. What we're going to do is just kind of dive right in, and then this is going to go a bunch of different ways. To start off, Tommy.
Hello.
Where have you been? Where?
Argentina? Okay. No, I've been, so about, I don't know, like a year ago now, a bit over a year ago.
It was October 2020.
Oh, I guess originally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So in like October 2020, we'd been like doing videos. I was with TMS up until, we started in 2015.
Yeah, we've been doing this, all three of us together, since 2008. March 31st, 2015 was when we uploaded one of our first videos or made the channel. I can't remember which one.
Crazy. Yeah. So like, obviously I've been fully involved all the way up until October. And then in October, I had just started business school. We were doing a ton of like YouTube stuff. And like a lot of what you guys don't see is like all of us outside of YouTube do a ton of like client work for freelance companies and things like that. And so all of us were doing, with TMS, we were doing a ton of that. And I had started school. So I was just getting extremely burnt out. Like I've never been that burnt out before. So I told the guys, I was like, yeah, I need a break. And it's something I was feeling for a while.
But it's also one of those things, it's like from the outside, a lot of people look at this and say, things are going so well. And you're doing this, you're doing that. It's awesome. That's my dream. But then on behind the scenes,
it's very different.
It's very different, right? Like you have real emotions and things are like things are changing and you might not be loving it as much as the next person would think you should be.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, it's like if you admit, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
People are like, are you insane? Like what?
Up until this point, I was like, I knew something needed to change because I was just really falling out of love with what we were doing with TMS at that time. And yeah, it was something that like, I felt like if I brought it up, because I didn't even want to bring it up to myself, first of all, but if I brought it up, it felt so final.
I also remember that when you brought it up, you were so nervous to bring it up.
Oh yeah, I was shaking.
Oh yeah, and I remember I think you texted us like, hey, we need to have a chat about this. And Steven and I kind of had a feeling we knew something was coming, something come down the pipeline there.
Yeah.
So then when you said it, we're just like,
yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
And
like if that's what you feel, we're not gonna force you to stay because that's never gonna work.
No, you guys were great about it, and you made me. It was really nice because like in my head it was like, oh, this is it. Like if I say this to them,
they're gonna get so mad at me.
Yeah, it's over. But no, like both Steven and Mitch were like super understanding, and they're like, oh, take the time if you need it, and like they made it clear. It's like this isn't final. Like even if you decide to leave, you want to come back. Like we're still great friends and we still get along well. It's like we're definitely, even if you leave, we'll work together more in the future. If you don't leave, we can work something out.
I mean, to add some context, I guess it would be that you basically were falling out of love with the whole process. And then you kind of wanted to go a different direction in a way.
I mean, our styles evolved. Everything's evolved over 5 years, right? Like we've made tons of different videos. Our styles evolved. We've done different things. But like anything you do for 5 years, the main thing is we all grew as people.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because we started this when we were 14, 15. Your interests grow, different friends. We get girlfriends. We get different points in life. I go to Vancouver. I go to film school. I come back. I do different things. So it's like we're all like going in different directions and you can't keep that like little childhood bubble. I found myself becoming less interested in the types of videos we were doing with TMS, which is like, I would say at the time, I mean, you guys have changed it around a lot too since then. But at the time, what really was doing it for me is like, we were making a lot of videos about how to make films.
Yeah.
Where for my personal, like artistic,
not
like
actually making the films.
I'm like, instead of, I want to actually like make the film, right?
So I think from this whole thing, we basically came to the conclusion of like, okay, you'll leave TMS completely and then we'll just hire you on as like a subcontracted position of like helping us edit or whatever. So, well, for the first 6 months, nobody knew anything because he was still in the videos that all three of us were in and basically all the videos that would require all of us, you were there still. Yeah, exactly. But then you had the option to go and do whatever you wanted.
Exactly.
Right? You didn't have to show up for every video. You didn't have to be there. So we gave you that option. And from there, obviously schedules kind of change and things change and you're not always available and whatever. So it starts like, and this kind of was how we wanted to handle it too. We didn't want it to just be like, okay, Tommy's there, and then boom, Tommy's not there.
No,
we wanted to, if anything, we wanted to slowly kind of like peter out where it's like Tommy was there, and then maybe he's not there every video, and then he's there just a couple videos, and then he's there every odd video, and then he's not there, right? So a nice slow kind of decline.
I guess I can talk about a little bit of what I went on to do just briefly. So
yeah, I mean, talk about what you're doing now and basically.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to like go act on those ambitions of like, oh, I want to actually make a film. I want to do something. I was like, yeah, I might as well post them on YouTube. Why not? I mean, my goal still isn't to be like a YouTuber, quote unquote. Like,
Tommy then created another YouTube channel.
I did. Yes.
You can add more context to this. And so you guys should definitely go check it out if you're interested. It's called Tommy DeWitt. It'll be linked in the show notes below if you want to go subscribe.
Thanks, buddy.
Exactly. Anyways, and so your first video was something about being creatively burnt out.
If you check out that first video, I'm still super proud of it because I was doing those things where I was taking 8 hours for one shot, or I was doing this, and I took a month and a half to make it, right? And it was so different than what we've been doing, and it felt really nice. But it was also a big adjustment because now you're doing it by yourself.
I think it's also kind of funny because, like we've touched on earlier, it's like people watching the videos, they're like, from the outside, because this is social media in a nutshell, it's like it always looks like the best time ever. Why would anybody ever want to leave that?
Yeah.
And then we, in a way, me and Mitchell kind of look like the bad guys because it looks like we kicked you out.
Yeah, true. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Anybody would kind of assume that we kicked you out because we're like, oh yeah, we don't need him, kick him out, we're going to move on, like burn bridges, that whole thing.
Get him out of here.
But since you decide to leave on your own, it's your prerogative. You chose to leave, but people, I don't naturally assume that's what happened.
People
because
a lot of times assume the worst.
Yeah, very
people
true.
always don't naturally assume that because they're thinking like, it's going so well. Why on earth would you leave? Yeah.
It's honestly, it'd be a Christmas miracle if TMS lasted 2 more years, like then it did. Like it was due.
As all 3 of us together, like
and
that.
Also like, oh, now, okay, we all have to live in the same city. We have
exactly.
to
How is that going to even work?
I mean, as we're doing, this dives into us future content that we plan to do for the channel because we still obviously I like doing TMS and stuff. The only problem is that we're now getting to the point where even me and Mitchell, like obviously we've been very close because we're brothers.
Yeah.
But now it's a point where, Mitchell wants to move away now. I do too. So it's like, how is that going to work?
Yeah.
Like a YouTube channel surviving for this long really can only kind of work if it's a solo person. But it's like, we're going to try to make it work. We have different ideas to make it work and how we're going to do this. Do you want to plug something?
Oh, yeah.
Where can people find you on the internet?
I'm basically YouTube and Instagram. So Instagram, like Mitch mentioned, at Tommy DeWitt _, and then YouTube, just look up Tommy DeWitt or youtube.com/Tommy DeWitt.
And go follow us at TMS Productions _ as well as on YouTube, TMS Productions. I think if you go on YouTube and just type in TMS, will pop up. And that's about it. So we'll see you guys in a future podcast. Okay, bye.